Y'all, Clairvoyant Jess here for Thankful Thursday's messages. So we're going to read the stones today. So like I had said earlier on my post, if you had actually never been in a private session with me, then you've never seen, I guess, the way that I read stones. I've seen other people that kind of, I guess have different ways of doing it, but this is the way that Spirit taught me some time ago, and it seems to be pretty interesting and works quite well. So if you chose group one that started with the little yellow and then had the orange, which we'll go over all which ones they are, then if you chose one, then let's get going. All right. So for message number one, so what I do is I kind of roll the rocks or the stones, crystals, whatever the hell you want to call them. I actually roll them like we're playing, craps in Vegas or something. But I do it with the stones. So the way that they landed, it was quite interesting. They actually landed pretty much in a row, which is telling me that you were almost at a state of almost OCD, maybe slightly compulsive, trying to really get order or trying to get some direction in your life. Not a bad thing, but it's definitely one of those things that you're working extremely hard on trying to get a direction for where you're at in your life. The stone that actually landed first for that one was this one right here. I think it may have even been this way right here, but anyways, that's a raw emerald. And emerald is the stone of spiritual awareness. It's a stone of protection and love and wisdom. It is a great stone for being a conveyor of hope and love. So it's a fantastic stone when it comes to whether it be self-love or whether it be a just making sure that you're having the taking care of others and loving and having a loving thought process with that. Now, it is also about abundance and wealth, and it is very strong for renewal and growth. It's a great stone when it comes to just so many different meanings, but it really helps you with being a stone of intuition and vision, and really gives you the ability to focus on your spiritual awareness, your growth, your beliefs, and also the gifts of the wisdom from the divine. So that stone is landing first, which is telling me that you definitely are focusing on in one of those arenas is major importance to you. I wouldn't say all of them, but it could be. So if it was an individual session, I'm able to generally narrow that down to a specific one for you. But since this is a general, it has to kind of be a little bit more widespread for the fact that it could be one of the other. I really do feel like, though, when this group of stones together is chosen, that it is a lot about abundance, prosperity, about your work ethic, about things you working hard and trying to get to a certain place in life with your accomplishments, whether it be in your career or your home life, but there's a lot of things that you're trying to accomplish. So the next stone that landed in line for that one was going to be the carnelian. So carnelian was the second one. And carnelian is all about vitality and motivation, and it stimulates your creativity and gives you courage and promotes positive life choices, and it can dispel any sort of apathy or any sort of, resistance to yourself, to being able to move forward in your career or in your family life. It is a fantastic stone for giving you that extra, kick in the ass to get your life headed in the right direction for yourself. Now, the stone that landed third for that one is going to be the citrine. Citrine, I think, is one of those stones that it is like the ultimate happiness stone, and it reminds me of like the sunshine and just beautiful things. So it makes me smile because it reminds me of like sunflowers and stuff like that. But it is a positive stone for joy and happiness and bringing an abundance in your life. So it is also one that can help elevate your moods and help you with, making sure that you stay in a very positive mindset. The last one that landed was this gorgeous little clear quartz point. And the clear quartz point landing at the very end of that is Clear quartz is one of those stones that is known as a master stone. It's a master healer stone. It is an amplifier of energy, so it actually will amplify the energy of any stone that it's with. So it tells me that you may have even been doubling down lately, or that you have been feeling the need that you need to, I guess, even increase the efforts of what you've already been doing to accomplish your goals right now. So that's what the first one is, and I hope that resonated with you. So now, if you had the choice number 2 for stones, then it would have been the ones with, starting with one of those. So alrighty. Okay. So the first stone that landed at the front of that pack was going to be blue cat's eye. Blue cat's eye tells me a few different things. Blue cat's eye is one of those stones that tells me that right now that your anxiety is potentially running amok. You have had a shit ton of anxiety that's been, honestly driving you crazy. It is a stone that is also used to help with warding off any sort of evil spirits or acts. It helps protect against any sort of unforeseen danger or evil. So you may even be in a place of feeling very anxious because you're concerned about things being taken from you, or you're struggling with, constantly feeling like you're having a battle life. But it is a great stone for bringing wealth and prosperity, helping people that have lost wealth or lost money, and potentially in a situation that maybe that's even what's causing their anxiety. So, and you're trying to figure your way on your path again. So the next stone that landed in that pack, actually the next 2 stones landed on top of each other. So quite an interesting way that those landed. And so the 2 that landed right on top of each other, we'll start with the one that landed the closest to me, because that's generally the way I read it, is how they land, was apatite. And it's appetite with an A, A-P-A-T-I-T-E, not like the appetite like you eat. So, because if you ate it, it might hurt your teeth or something. But apatite is a stone of manifestation, and it is a stone that is a really, really great stone for manifesting, what you desire in life. It is attuned to the future and connects you also to past lives and why you're experiencing the things that you're experiencing in this lifetime. And so that it can actually help you with moving forward, especially if you had a lot of issues with patterns that have consistently kind of been cycling through your life, and you just are like, what the hell, why does this keep happening? So this is a stone that will bring you clarity of concentration. It helps with focus and acceptance, unconditional love. It'll stimulate thoughts and ideas in your communication, and any sort of intellectual pursuits, peace and harmony. It is great for spiritual attunement. It helps people that have got intuitive gifts, to connect with those intuitive gifts. It can deepen any sort of meditation that you're doing, and aid in communication and self-expression on any type of level. But it also balances the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies and the chakras, and eliminates any overactivity and also underactivity that is possibly keeping you feeling imbalanced in life. It will draw off any sort of negativity about yourself or others. So if you really have had a lot of struggle with a lot of negative self-talk, or really having a lot of struggles with the issues with even just seeing the faults in everyone else, this is a stone that helps along with that. It will clear away frustration and confusion and irritability, and help to awaken your inner self to expand the knowledge that you actually need. And it'll ease any sort of sorrows and apathy and anger that you might be facing, especially when you're not really accepting the past and the things, not only your faults or the parts that you've played in certain situations, to help you with actually, finding the lessons in them to move forward. Trust me, guys, I get it, because there's been quite a few bitch slaps of lessons for me lately that I did not want to listen to. But it was true, and I was like, shit, okay, great. The biggest thing I've had to learn to do is to take a moment and step back before I can actually step forward to accept, the messages that are getting said to me. So the stone that landed on top of that is malachite. Malachite is a stone that I give a fair warning with to anyone that has an interest in it. If you really resonate with the message for malachite, that I always just, I guess, give that message that, I guess a little bit of caution with the stone, because it is also an amplifier of energy like clear quartz, but with the things that it actually does amplify, which is a lot of it being amplifier of energy. If you're in a great mood, then that's fantastic. But if you're not, then it's like, watch out world, here comes a big bitch. So I just say be cautious, especially if you're going to be wearing it. So it is a stone of protection. It absorbs any sort of negative energies that you could pick up. It is great one for helping balance out mood swings, and it is also one that helps to encourage and risk-taking and change, and break any sort of unwanted and outworn patterns. So it helps with negative self-talk, so that anything that you've had with releasing traumas and negative experiences that you've had in life, that you've kind of held on to them like they're your security blanket, which they're not your security blanket. Let the shit go. It opens you up for unconditional love, and is and it'll also help with any sort of alleviating of mental disturbances and stress for life. So that is those two together is really a lot about your inner self, and a lot about the experiences that you've had that have potentially been keeping you trapped at a space in life. The last stone that was in that group was a gray moonstone, and gray moonstone is the one that was looking like this little puppy right here, and it's a stone of perceiving beyond the veil. So really being able to look further into the spirit realm or into unseen realms, and it is known as to help carry the mysteries and powers of the new moon, where things exist as potential. This stone went a little further away and almost kind of in a little crook there, so it actually kind of went away from being, with all the other stones, which tells me that this is you've got some intuition that or spiritual gifts that potentially are not being embraced, or that you're struggling to connect with. And so that is something that is when that stone actually kind of went the way that it did, is what it's telling me for that one. So now, hopefully that was a good one for y'all, and you understood it and it made sense for you. And then the last group of stones. So if you chose group number 3, let's roll those little puppies and see what we can get with those and how they land. So. Oh, wow. Okay, so group number 3, you're feeling like life is like a jumbled up pile of shit right now. I mean, that's the only thing I can see with that. I mean, damn. I mean, you're, shit. They all piled on top of each other. I mean, like in a big old group, like, I mean, you feel like, I mean, you don't know what direction to turn, because I mean, it's like there's so much shit hitting you left and right that it's like, ooh, wow, that's always sad. I don't like seeing those like that, because it's, that means that there's probably a lot of stress or shit that's going on. And I mean, it doesn't always mean it's bad shit, but it just means that you feel like it's things are kind of going in all different directions right now, and you're on a tilt-a-whirl. So now, the first one that landed for you, though, is Amazonite. And Amazonite is associated with money and luck and overall success in like everything. It is known as the gambler stone. So it encourages good luck and fortune, and it is said to have a soothing effect on your nerves. This is telling me that you're either at a place of almost, feeling like you need to take a gamble, and just to get to the place that you need to and get the success or the direction that you're needing in life. So the interesting thing is that it actually landed right next to this one right here, which you might be surprised is not clear quartz. This is actually angel aura quartz, and angel aura quartz is it is still clear quartz, but it was actually heat treated with platinum and silver and also gold, and so that it actually gives it that sheen to it that you see that makes it kind of look iridescent looking. So I love that stone, and it is telling the angel aura quartz is one of those that tells me that when that one stone comes into play, that you've been seeking guidance from higher I guess a higher source, whether it be angels, the divine, God, spirit, the universe. I don't care what the hell you call it, but it's one of them. You've been seeking it through, but it is a stone that is talking about that, trying to make that connection. But it is also about, your optimism and compassion and bringing understanding on a deeper level, for where things are at. So it will help with, whatever you're going through in your romantic life, your business life. It will try to help you with working through overcoming and enjoying life, and being able to overcome the obstacles. It also opens you up to the divine knowledge and can simulate any sort of, I guess, deeper spiritual experiences. So now the next stone that landed in this little group right here was Unakite, which was this one right here. So the Unakite is a stone of vision and opening of your third eye, and it's also believed to be a stone of balance. It helps you ground yourself while bringing your emotions and spirituality together. It is also a stone that helps support anybody that has potentially been almost, dealing with any sort of intense illnesses. And those can be of any kind, where you feel like you were at a burnout, which would totally make sense with the way that the stones all group together. Is that you feel like you're at the end of your rope and you just want to, set that bitch on fire, or possibly, I don't know. I mean, but just understand that there is that it's not bad. Just you've got to start to take one step at a time, embrace life, and quit trying to jump all over everything. And try to tackle it all at once. Nothing gets accomplished. You have to literally take one step at a time. You never get into a shitstorm in one step, so you can't get out of it in one step. So this is, really going to help you to have that grounding energy that you need right now, to give you that balance and be able to help you through that. And, we all need that when it comes to, when we're going through stressful times. Now, the last stone that landed with that one is one that is I think piggybacks right on top of that Unakite as far as, bringing balance. But I think a lot of times that you don't just need the balance. You also need to understand how to communicate all the shit that's trapped up inside your head. So it was this one, which is Sodalite. And Sodalite is one that brings order and calmness to your mind. It encourages rational thoughts and objectivity and truth and intuition, along with the verbalization of your feelings. So it is really a huge stone for being able to help you with being able to verbalize all the stuff that you've had going on, so that you can actually kind of walk through the different processes and help yourself kind of in the next path, in the next direction. So those are the different ones for today. I know that this was a little bit longer, but obviously I felt very led to share the way that I do read the stones. Like I said, it is something that I can do much more personalized when it's an individual one-on-one, because I'm just reading it for one and not as a general message. Any of the ones that we discussed about the spirituality and about your spiritual journey, or that there's any issues with blocks and things like that, y'all, I am doing the classes that are coming up, and I've got classes that are constantly going. please, I mean, I do free consultations, and can talk to you a little bit about what the classes can offer for you, and would be happy to discuss them with you, and honestly would do what I could to work with you to make sure that it would be something that would be doable for you, because that's really something I'm passionate about, is making sure that people can embrace their journey and not feel like they're lost in the storm of their spiritual awakening, or listening to a bunch of shit that they are getting misled on, and they're just continuing being lost. So I hope that y'all all have a blessed week. I am on vacation next week. Y'all will not see a Thankful Thursday post, so I'm just going to go ahead and say that now. I'm shutting off my calendar, and I will be unavailable. So I'll be back the following week. I hope y'all all have a great week, and I will see y'all then.